5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live to disc from the Pittsburgh Roadhouse in Pittsburgh, North Carolina, the Music Loft presents the Tokyo Rosenthal program.
Couple in the next room, bound to win a prize. They've been going at it all night long. Well, I'm trying to get some sleep, but these motel walls are cheap. Lincoln Duncan is my name, and here's my song. Here's my song. My father was a fisherman, my mother was a fisherman's friend, and I was born near the boredom and the chowder. When I reached my prime, I left my home in the Maritime, headed down the turnpike towards New England, sweet New England. Well, I know. Well, I know. Holes in my confidence, holes in the knees of my jeans. I was left without a penny in my pocket. Ooh-wee, I was about as destitute as a kid could be. I wished I'd wore a ring so I could hock it. I'd like to hock it. Young girl in the parking lot, preaching to a crowd, singing sacred songs and reading from the Bible. Well, I told her I was lost, and she told me all about the Pentecost. See, that girl is the road to my survival. Just later on the very same night, when she crept to my tent with a flashlight, my long years of innocence ended. Well, she took me to the woods, saying, here comes something and it feels so good. Just like a dog, I was befriended. I was befriended. Oh, what a night, oh, what a garden of delight. Even now that sweet memory lingers. I was lying under the stars, just playing my guitar, thanking the Lord for my fingers, for my fingers. Thank you very much. And a cordial welcome to the Tokyo Rosenthal program. I mean, holding that long note, the pot roast from the Pittsburgh Roadhouse almost came up there, but I managed to get through it. And very excited about tonight's program, the last in the season here. And we're so lucky to have in the house with us tonight as our guests from the Doug Prescott Band. We've got Doug Prescott and Tommy Hartley here in person on our stage. One of those scenarios where I'm glad I'm going first, because you don't want to follow Doug and Tommy. Not because, you know, they not because of anything else, but they might lash out at you. They're both martial artists, you know, and things like that. But tonight's our last show of season number 1 at the Pittsburgh Roadhouse, and you know it's always great when people help you achieve your dreams, because that help makes it possible to complete your vision. Without it, it's just not going to happen. And I've been fortunate thus far here to be surrounded on this project by a crew that's shared my passion for this program, from Greg and Nora and Molly at the Pittsburgh Roadhouse, Gio DeSocio, our audio engineer and producer, right over here. Always popular, Gio. The crowd loves him. Jeff Phillips, our videographer. That's why we're on YouTube. Jim Dennis and the people at the Music Loft, our sponsor. Our flagship station, WCHL and Anthony Wellman over there. And our other affiliates, including Jason Tanner and Wrecking Ball Radio, Wildman Steve Radio down in Auburn, Alabama, and CMR Nashville Radio and Lee Williams in the UK. So most of all, I'd like to thank our MC and my wife, Carrie Klein, who without there'd be no Tokyo Rosenthal. So, and we're pleased that we'll be returning for a second season that we begin recording September 4th. And please tune in also, though, for next week's show, which is a bit of a road trip, as Mangus and I will be in concert from the world-famous Bitter End in New York City. So that should be a good program for you, too. So, a while back, I just started to write songs for what was going to become an album called Tokyo's Fifth. I was in Edinburgh, Scotland, and it was very early one morning, and I was jet-lagged, couldn't sleep, walked into a cafe there. And shortly after I was there, this woman came in, and she had her daughter with her, who was very visibly physically challenged. And I found out from somebody else that she came in there every day with her daughter, and my heart just really went out for her. What a procedure it was to be going through this, and how dedicated she was to her daughter. And just watching it made me very thankful. You know, you have to have your health, but it was just real moving to watch this. And next thing I knew, I borrowed a napkin from the waitress and a pen, and I was writing this next song because the cafe was on Mulberry Place in Edinburgh, Scotland. No path on the street like a takeaway. I have no feet, disorients. It leaves no clue. This kind of hurt is new. This kind of hurt is new. There was fear in her eyes, the kind that grows, can't seem to downsize, can't trim it back. It grows like nails, it grows like nails. On this mulberry place, it's cold. I don't believe in your mortal soul. I've developed no taste for smiling through a broken face, for being lost, for treated mean, kept out of view, kept out of view. Her tunes now are grown, same melody, but with a different tone, borrowed from the room next door. She'll sing for you, she'll sing for you. On this mulberry place I'll pen. Will she believe in me again? No path on the street, like a runaway, I feel incomplete, disorients. It leaves no clue. This kind of hurt is new. This kind of hurt is new. Disorients. It leaves no clue. This kind of hurt is new. 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 Thank you very much. Stick with us. Doug and Tommy coming right up. All right. Back here at the Pittsboro Roadhouse in Pittsboro, North Carolina on the Tokyo Rosenthal program. We got a great, enthusiastic crowd here tonight for our final episode of season number 1. And I never knew that we would get this far, but it's really great to be here and looking forward to next season, as I told you before. And we'll probably profusely tell you throughout the evening. But what I'd like to tell you a little bit about now is our sponsor, the Music Loft of Carrboro, North Carolina, who's been with us so far for the entire run of the program. Got to tell you, this is the best music store in the Triangle area, bar none. It's got an amazing collection of new, used, and vintage guitars, mandolins, banjos, keyboards, and drums, and a great selection of gear to keep your instruments running well. Need a lesson? Everybody needs a lesson now or then, right? But we're talking music lessons, so check in with them because the finest pickers around are teachers there. Finally, mention the Tokyo Rosenthal program and they'll give you a free gift just by walking in the door. Once again, they're located at 116 West Main Street in Carrboro. Google the Music Loft Carrboro for more info. Those of you listening out of the area or out of the country, get in your car, take a plane, start a caravan, but get to the Music Loft, open 7 days a week. Also, you might notice there's a slew of video equipment in here tonight. And that's been that way every time since week number 1. And the reason is, and you can check out these shows on YouTube, is it's all thanks to Jeff Phillips from In Focus Studios. Jeff's become a cult figure here, as you can tell. In Focus Studios specializes in promotional videos from company websites, video depositions, and college recruiting videos for high school athletes. Go to www.infocusstudios.com or call Jeff at 919-533-9650. He loves taking calls at about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, so make sure to call then. And tell him Tokyo sent you. Not if you call at 2 a.m., though. Then you're on your own. In Focus Studios, they always ask, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then how much is a moving picture worth? I love that expression. Jeff wrote that. So remember, www.infocusstudios.com. All right, now, we had a ball today at Soundcheck, or at least I did, because I got to play with some of the best pickers from what we call the Triangle area, Triangle, Pittsboro, Hillsboro, which is our neighborhood. And the people I got to play with today are guys that's sort of legendary in this market because we've got some great players, but there's the those that stick out. You mentioned Tokyo Rosenthal, nobody knows who I am. But you mention these guys, and everybody goes, they've got all sorts of stories and all kinds of famous people that they played with, and we'll talk with them a little bit more. But without further ado, from the Doug Prescott Band, we've got Doug Prescott and Tommy Hartley. Take it away, boys.
Thank you. Howdy. Hello. I think I know almost everybody here. Thanks for coming. I got a quick story for you. I can't just play this song. I got to tell you about it. So indulge me for a minute. So I have a serious coffee habit. Some people may call it a coffee problem, but I ended up at Starbucks a lot. And I was sitting there, and I noticed this one woman was there every time I was there on her laptop. And she never looked up from her laptop. And she would laugh occasionally, and she would smile, but she was always on the laptop. And I had no idea what was going on, but then one day she was on her cell phone, and it sounded like Russian to me. So, of course, my imagination just went wild, and I decided she was a Russian spy. And she was hacking the Wi-Fi, and she could see what everybody in the place was doing and just laughing, stupid Americans, and mining data for her people, right? And so I literally wrote this song on my iPhone, still on there, and one day I showed it to one of the baristas, and she said, "Oh, that's great, but her name's Barbara." I said, "Yeah, but that doesn't work in the song. It has to be Natasha," right? So then another day, Ron Stutz from WCHL, I'm sure you've heard him. I've known him for decades. And he was doing a remote out front with some local nonprofit. And I told him this story, and Ron got all excited. He says, "Is she in there right now?" And I said, yeah, she's in there. He says, "You got to go tell her." And I can be a little bit shy, I'm sure you can tell. And I started leaving. I was going toward my truck, and I said, what the hell? So I turned around, and I went back in, and I walked up to her, and I thought this could go one of two ways, you know. And I introduced myself, and I said, "I wrote a song about you." And I got my phone out, and yeah, right. She looked at me a little suspiciously, but I got my phone out, and I showed it to her, and she read it. And she laughed, and she said, "Was great pleasure." And so now we're friends. We're friends on Facebook, and she's actually Czech. And she's a novelist. So what she's doing is writing sci-fi and fantasy. And so I guess when she gets to a part she likes is when she smiles or laughs or whatever. But that's where this song came from. There's a girl in the coffee shop. She's a Russian spy. See her there every day, hacking the Wi-Fi. She knows I'm on to her, but it's okay. She knows no one would believe me anyway. Well, she's a hottie, but not in a disarming way. Never makes eye contact or glances my way. She knows I'm on to her, but it's okay. She'll probably rub me out one day. Hey, Natasha, give me a sign. Tell me things will always be just fine. See us trading stories over a vodka, can't you? Ah, but you and I both know that'll never come true. Sign. Tell me things will always be just fine. I can see us trading stories over a vodka, can't you? I bet you and I both know that'll never come true. I can see us trading stories over a vodka, can't you? I bet you and I both know that'll never come true. That'll never come true. That'll never come. Hey, Natasha, give me a sign. That'll never come. Hey, Natasha, give me a sign. That'll never come. Hey, Natasha, give me a sign. That'll never come. Natasha, give me a sign. There's a girl in the coffee shop. She's a Russian spy. Thank you. Thank you. And we're still friends, although she says her husband wants to meet me. That could go either way. All right, let's see. So, yeah, I think that's next on my list. So I woke up on my 35th anniversary and I hadn't gotten a present or a card or anything. So I knew I was in deep doo-doo. I thought, well, there's one thing I can do. I can write a song. So that's what I did. This is what I played for. I couldn't even play it. That morning I was still asleep. My fingers weren't quite working, but that's where this came from. I spent a month in Texas one night when I just couldn't make my flight. I was a million miles away that day from where I wanted to be. From your love, from your love. From your love, from your love. Whenever I'm out on the road, it's a heavy enough load. Takes me a million miles away from where I truly want to be. From your love, from your love. From your love, 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 from your love. I spent a month in Texas one night. Thank you.
Doug Prescott and Tommy Hartley. That was great, boys. You know, a couple of weeks ago, hearing you say that, Doug, I was talking about being singer-songwriters like ourselves. It helps a lot when these little anniversaries come along or birthdays, and it's gotten me out of trouble a few times. You know, I write these songs, and Carrie goes, "Oh, well, that's great," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's cheaper than the diamond bracelet I was going to get." Or she never wanted that anyway. But so anyway, it's good to see you guys here. We were having dinner tonight, and I found out something about you, Doug, that I didn't know, and I think we have to let our listening audience know about this, though, is you're a famous fencing person. And I've never had anybody on the show. I've never gigged with anybody. I don't think I ever knew. The last fencing person I knew was the old Zorro show on ABC or something, or Antonio Banderas. How did that happen? And how do you juggle these two magnificent careers at the same time?
Well, fencing, I started fencing 44 years ago.
You were 3?
Yeah,
Little
no.
feller weren't but 9.
That's right. A neighbor who was a professor on campus used to be the assistant coach at Navy in Annapolis, and he had 2 sons, and he had taught them how to fence, and he wanted somebody for them to fence with. So yeah, that's right. So he started a club. So it wasn't a school club or anything, just a private club. And we joined a conference, and we became the conference champions, and it got me to the nationals twice in high school, and that's where I met the Carolina team. And that's how I ended up in Chapel Hill.
And it solved the lifelong problem of musicians whose parents always tell them, I wish you had something to fall back on. So you had fencing to fall back on. It was a tremendous thing. I mean, I think to think of that at such a young age. But now, Tommy, has this ever become a problem on the road? I mean, do you ever, like, if you blow a chord change or if you're in the wrong key or something, have you ever worried that he was just going to all of a sudden pull something out?
Whip out a blade and go snicker snack or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Zorro would put a Z,
Yeah.
Doug would D doesn't, he's got to do that curve. It could really get a little bloody or something like that. Now, Tommy, you're from originally, you're a homegrown North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was born in Lenoir, North Carolina, up right at the foot of the mountains, down from Blowing Rock. So,
Oh, from Blowing Rock.
yeah,
That's a cool place. We visited there.
Lenoir's the hotbed of bluegrass and furniture, or it used to be, anyway.
Wow.
Not so much furniture anymore. They got a big Google data center there now, so
So they do
something for
that.
the locals to do,
How'd you guys meet?
Well, we started playing music together 18 years ago. I know we can't meet Tommy over here as far as playing together a long time, but yeah, I think sometimes he knows my music better than I do.
Well, yeah, maybe he knows the words or something. But speaking of which, tell me what's up to date here. I know you just had a CD release party, but it feels like it was yesterday, but it wasn't yesterday, was it? How?
That was June 27th.
Oh, that's pretty recent.
We did that at the Cradleback Bar, along with Jefferson Hart and the Ghosts of the Old North State. We split the evening with them. It was a fun evening of music.
And how are things going with the new record?
Great. Really, really good. We're just now I know there's a couple people in the room that have done CDs, and there are stages of what happens when you put a CD out, and it's just starting the promo stage. So the promo people are starting. You got to send out 96 more copies to these radio stations, and so I've done the first round of that, and the next round of that comes up soon. And
That's why you're here tonight. I knew there was a reason we got you guys on the show. 'Cause
Ulterior
we
motives.
never get people of your stature here coming through Pittsburgh no, I'm kidding. Now, if people at home, because they're liking what they're hearing here, especially the Spy song too and all this stuff, where can they get your CD?
well, there's several of them right there, actually, that can be had at a discount.
Put your hand on the radio and get it right here. No, thank you.
Or you can go to cdbaby.com and look up Doug Prescott Band, and there's a few of them up there.
Yeah.
Finally, there's a couple of celebrities, some well-known people on this record that you had as guests. Care to share who they are?
Yeah, well, on this CD, we had the fortune to have Craig Fuller sing a couple. You may remember him. He started a little band called Pure Prairie League and wrote a song called Amy that everybody knows and has sung along with. He was also in a band called Little Feat at the beginning of the 90s when they first came back to get things going again.
So a good crew of people.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me to play on it.
We did.
I know. I mean, people keep asking me. Hey, we saw a Doug Prescott Band, but how come you weren't on it, Toke? And I said, I don't know. It was like, I felt bad about that, But anyway, all right. But
Guy by the name of John Tier, who I'm sure you know.
Chatham County Line.
He played on one song.
Yeah, he played on Tokyo's Fifth too. John Tier is the consummate fiddle player down in these parts, and it's always great to have him. And it's nice that he plays, on everybody's records too. That he just gives back, because Chatham County Line's a great band, and happy to see him around here. We are in Chatham County as we speak. You guys, we're going to take a short little break, sell a few things, and then you come back and play a few more tunes?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Doug Prescott and Tommy Hartley. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. Doug Prescott and Tommy Hartley.
Running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Got no direction and I feel like I'm getting soft. Gotta self-motivate and plug on through the mire. Or I'm certain I'll be stuck like a truck with a flat tire. Coasting through and not sticking like glue. Got miles to go before I sleep. Trying my best to get back to you, but you're nowhere to be seen. No, no. Flat tire and worn out shoes on my feet. Got a sticky situation, but the benefits can't be beat. If you add up all of the good things and ignore what's really real, I still can't figure out just how I feel. Coasting through, not sticking like glue. Got miles to go before I sleep. Trying my best to get back to you, but you're nowhere to be seen. No, no. Coasting through, not sticking like glue. Got miles to go before I sleep. Trying my best to get back to you, but you're nowhere to be seen. No, no. Gimme just a little of that. Gimme just a little of that. Gimme just a little of that. Gimme just a little of that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. 18 years ago.
That's a long time.
And we were fortunate enough to have Jesse Winchester sing on this one. He was still living in Montreal at the time. We were still recording on ADAT back then. And I had to FedEx the ADAT to him in Montreal, onto which he recorded 5-part harmony on the chorus. Anyway, he passed on a little while ago, and probably one of the best singer-songwriters of all time, in my estimation. And I got to work with him for a few years, and I'm going to dedicate this to Jesse Winchester. I can feel Jesse pulling out on this thing. Wish I was an island in the ocean, and You were the sea around my shore. And every time the tide came to me, I never wished for more. And like the ocean when it shines, all the more when the moon will rise. I see the coming of a full one, and something in your eyes, and you're wrapped around my soul like something really whole. You're part of my essence, like a newborn. Now I'm waiting here like always for the day when we'll be on that shore. And every time the time comes to us, we'll never wish for more. And you're wrapped around my shoulder like something really whole. You're part of my essence, like a newborn. I wish I was that island in that ocean, and you were that sea around my shore. And every time the tide came to me, never wish for more. You know I never wish for more. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is a song about a person and a place. Oh, Savannah, Savannah wind, blow me on up the highway, take me home again. Oh, Savannah, wanna see you again. Savannah is like the wind, here one minute, gone the next, always back again. Oh, Savannah, wanna see you again. You're here in my heart, your own special part, Savannah. I love you. Savannah, Savannah wind, blow me on up by 95, take me home again. Oh, Savannah, wanna see you again. Savannah, she's like the wind. Here one minute and gone the next, but always back again. Oh, Savannah, wanna see you again. You're here in my heart, your own special part, Savannah. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Doug Prescott and Tommy Hartley. Guys, you know, history dictates that we got to do a duet together. It's kind of a tradition here. So we're going to take a short break, come right back, and in that short time, we'll learn something and roll the dice and see what happens. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Stick with us. All right, we're back here at the Pittsboro Roadhouse in Pittsboro, North Carolina, on the Tokyo Rosenthal program. And did you know that all guests on the Tokyo Rosenthal program receive a gift certificate to the Music Loft in Carrboro, North Carolina? That's worth the trip here alone. Can't say enough good things about the folks there who make you feel at home the second you walk in the door, no matter how young or old, whether you're an expert or a beginner, high budget, starter budget, this is the store for you. And again, visit the store and mention the Tokyo Rosenthal program and get a free gift. And who knows what else they'll give you while you're in there, an extra copy of Indie Week or something like that. But anyway, come on out there, 116 West Main Street, the Music Loft of Carrboro, North Carolina, open 7 days a week. All right, well, we were busy learning this next tune here, and
What key are we going to do it in?
we're going to do it in the neighborhood of G,
A band tune, I believe.
a band tune. But I thought, Doug, you told me you wrote this song. No, you never know. You never know. Things are loose in copyrights these days. Jeff and I were talking about that before. All right. It's in the key of G, but it's going to open on a C minor chord. So here we go, and anything can happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go out yonder, peace in the valley. Come downtown, there's a rumble in the alley. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. Has anybody seen my lady? Just living alone, you drive me crazy. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. I'm gonna go down by the water, but I ain't gonna jump in, no, 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 no. I just be looking for my makeup, and I hear that that's where the wind blows out bright lights. I spent 7. Now how in the world can you get to heaven? Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. To us, Tommy. Give me one more. I just spent 16 days in the jailhouse for the crime of having no. Now here I am back out on the street for the crime of having nowhere to go. Save your neck or save your brother. Looks like it's one or the other. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. young kids might start a ruckus. You know the feel, they're trying to shuck us. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. All right, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks so much to Doug and Tommy for coming out here tonight. Next week, remember, we got the Bitter End special from New York, and we'd want to thank everybody here tonight at the Roadhouse. Greg and Honora, Gio DeSocio, Jeff Phillips, The Music Loft, Brian West, Anthony Wellman, all of our affiliates. Good night, Carrie. I'm coming home. Let's take them back out on the C minor.
Thank you.